Hello and welcome to the legendary 10 Goose Boxing Gym here in Southern California. I'm Ray Flores. Thank you so much for being with us here on the PBC and PBC on Fox social media pages. We are here getting ready for the Chris Arreola workout as he prepares for his main event showdown, an all-Mexican heavyweight slugfest against Andy Ruiz Jr. That happening in 10 days' time, May 1 on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. Awaiting Chris the Nightmare Arreola. I believe Chris is in here and he is joining us right now. Chris, it is great to be with you. How are you? First of all, Chris, we are 10 days away until you step inside the ring in your main event against Andy Ruiz. How pumped are you?
You know what, not only am I pumped, but I'm ready. I'm ready for this fight. I've been waiting for this fight for 4 or 5 months, man, and it's gonna be a barn burner, that's for sure.
You look in the best shape I think that I've ever seen you. You've been a professional for a long time, having challenged for the heavyweight championship of the world on 3 separate occasions. Is this the best that you've ever felt heading into a fight?
You know what? I feel great, but gotta feel better on the first. I've been working hard for 4 months, man. I've gotta make this fight a great fight. You know, a great fight for the fans, a great fight for myself, because this is a crucial fight for my career.
Now, from an odds maker's standpoint, you're a massive underdog heading into this fight. Do you use that as motivation, or is it something that you don't pay attention to?
I honestly don't pay attention to it at all. But if you want to make me an underdog, that's cool. I'll take it. I'll take the underdog thing. I'll put some money on myself.
My final question before I let you go, we're going to talk with you in detail after your workout, but fighting outside Dignity Health Sports Park, that place, as we know, has been known to produce some amazing battles. But how much does it mean for you to be able to fight in front of limited fans at that venue?
You know what? It's a beautiful venue. There's not a bad seat in the place, man. Every time I go there after a fight, I go sit out there with the fans up in the top and just enjoy the fights. It's a great venue for sports, period. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun evening, a fun night of boxing, and I can't wait for that night.
You're also kicking off Cinco de Mayo week that first Saturday, May 1st. So being Mexican, kicking off Cinco de Mayo weekend, do you take pride in that, being Mexican?
Absolutely, man. Now, not only do I take pride of it, it's an honor to be fighting on that day. That used to be a May day, you know what I mean? Mayweather used to own that day, but now it's gonna be us. It's gonna be our day. Of myself and Andy Ruiz.
You guys have been training since January?
Yeah.
Wow. So May 1st is now the date, obviously, but was there possibility of this fight happening before then?
Yeah.
Is that why? Because typically training camps are what, 8 to 10 weeks at max?
Yeah, I kept getting, like, I heard it was gonna be like March 24th.
Okay.
At one point, then it was like April 20-something.
Mm-hmm.
Then back to
April
May
20th.
Yeah. Then back to May 1st.
So yeah, it goes back as far as March that we were thinking we might be fighting.
So in terms of making sure that he doesn't peak too early, Joe, like what have you been able to do, or have you been tapering things off, or is it, I mean, what's the whole, you know?
Not really, because we've been consistent, you know. You get used to doing a certain amount of rounds. Of course, we didn't start out doing our full-fledged workouts. We worked our way into it. But once we got there, we've maintained that. And it hasn't been so taxing as that I felt, oh, we better pull back. He's getting in too good a shape.
Yeah.
You know? And nobody's gotten worn out. You haven't gotten worn out from this. It's been fun, actually. And it's kind of what fighters do. You're supposed to be in the gym training. You know, certain weeks, do you maybe do something different? Do you shake it up and maybe do different stations in the gym that aren't as taxing as other ones? Yeah, but you're still getting in the round.
So you want him to stay sharp, but with the exception of like not putting him through that physical grind that is a training camp, you know, all the time.
Look, I mean, every day should be a worthy workout. You should get a worthy workout. But other days, when it includes sparring and maybe more heavy bags, and it does double end and speed bag and rope and weave bag, those are easier drills. They're less taxing on the body, but they still work. It still takes energy and it still takes conditioning.
The one thing that I've heard about fighters who are talking about when they come into this gym is that they thought when they come into this gym, they thought that they were working hard before, but after being in here, they're like, I was not. Now I understand what hard work is in the boxing gym.
Yeah, I think most trainers, and it probably goes for our opponent's camp too, because I believe they put in an honest day's work as well. What happens is you have X amount of experience, and you start noticing, hey, what's really, if you got two guys that are of the same talent, what separates them in a fight? If they both have the same qualities, let's say they're a clone of each other, which one wins the fight?
Yeah.
Who wins the fight if they're a clone of each other? The one in better shape. And so that's, I think, the underlying, thought process here is, yeah, we've got talent, he's got talent, but we got to be in better shape, ultimately, than anybody else we get in the ring. And that's, we kind of strive for that. And I believe there are plenty of other trainers that do the same thing. They understand that concept.
So it's about pushing the pace then?
Pardon?
It's about pushing the pace, being able to push the pace the entire time.
It's about no matter what resistance you're going to meet in the ring, you're going to be able to deal with it, and then even have that nice spurt at the end. The last 3-4 rounds where they expect you to slow down, but you're actually picking up a little steam.
So because he hasn't been in the ring since August of 2019, because it's been a longer training camp, do you think then that this quote-unquote ring rust won't be a thing because of how extensive the training camp has been?
Well, I think it certainly mitigates things, yeah. Look, everyone's kind of been out of the ring for a while. They're not alone.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
So, but these guys, they're veterans. They've been around a long time, especially Chris, and they know what it is. They know how to turn on the switch when it comes to fighting.
And this isn't my first long layout.
Yeah, you've been through this.
I've been through 2-3 long layouts, so I know how to get back into it. Hey, I'll fight the fight. I'm getting in and I'm gonna fight. As you can see, I'm fucking working. Every day I've been working this hard, if not harder. This fight is important for myself, for my legacy. Not only that, I want to make the fans happy they bought a ticket. I don't fight to be a paycheck fighter. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't know what the fuck I'm getting paid for this fight. I've never asked Al, or never asked nobody what I get paid for my last 10, 15 fights. I'm not a paycheck fighter. I'm a fighter for the fans. So I hope they enjoy this fight and they buy this pay-per-view.
Don't miss the return of former champion Andy Ruiz as he takes on veteran Chris Arreola, plus a stacked card of Mexican firepower.
Oh my goodness!
Buy now on foxsports.com/PPV.
Thank you for watching. Well, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you click somewhere around here and subscribe. From fight highlights to exclusive interviews, we have got everything you need as a boxing fan right here on PBC on Fox.